just be ready to play. You have to earn your wins. You take it game by game. We understand, the things we have to do better, and so focus on that.
Tom, what do you think they've done well against Jalen?
Pardon?
What do you think they've done well, Celtics done well defensively against Jalen?
Well, they're a great defensive team, so the game tells you what to do. If they're loaded up, just make the right play.
Coach, we see a lot of players, how they prepare physically, shots, repetition, cardio, weight training, all of that. What are the things they need to prepare mentally so that you can maintain the focus in intense situations like this?
Well, I think just understanding, what the playoffs are all about. And so each game is different. You have to reset. You have to be able to deal with the emotional highs and lows of the playoffs. And there has to be urgency in each game. And so you can't get wrapped up in any of the outside stuff, what the series is, what this is, home, away, whatever it might be. You have to focus on the task at hand, which is what are the things we need to do to win the game.
Have you ever seen Jalen's confidence waver? Like, his shooting numbers are pretty bad. Have you ever seen him hang his head like?
Nope. Nope. You guys have seen it before. When he's at his best when his best is needed. So, he's going to shoot his shots. He shoots them well. He's always balanced. And some go in and out, but he prepares himself well for all these moments. I think his confidence comes from his preparation. So he's put in a lot of work. There's going to be stretches where he doesn't miss any shots, and he can score a lot of different ways, and he could also beat you with the pass, and he knows he gets a lot of there's going to be 2 and 3 guys around him. So just read the game.
So there's a 3-point defense, obviously, is a big deal in this one. How have you evaluated, because there's all the numbers on what's open or what's not, but how have you evaluated the team defense?
In every game, when you look at the film, you say, okay, that one's challenged well, that one isn't. So there's going to be, and I don't know who's, the cameras are saying, what it is. And so sometimes the cameras, they don't know, who's shooting the ball or, and so, and it could be a byproduct of something that transpired. Maybe it's a scramble off an offensive rebound. Maybe the issue was really the rebound, and then the kick out, and then, the pursuit, and then going from there. So there's a lot of variance that I think that goes into that, but you always have to have the belief that you could do something better. So even if you've done something well, have the belief that you can do it better. And if you're doing something poorly, also have the belief that, hey, the next time we could do it a lot better.
Coach, what are some of the factors that can go into a shooting slump where guys are just missing open shots?
Well, I don't think there's any player in this league that's going to shoot great in every game. There's ups and downs to it. Sometimes, it's the defense. Sometimes it's just you missed the shot. You shot it great, it's in and out, and that's part of the game. So, and then to have the mental toughness to get through that. And so the next one, mentally, if you have the belief that the next one's in, you'll continue to shoot.
Coach, the last game that you guys lost here in overtime, what did that do for your team's confidence coming into this series?
And again, I think every game teaches you something. And so that's the way you want to approach it, is when you play it, have a game, to look at the things you did well, look at the things you didn't do as well as you would have liked, and then make your corrections and move on. And then I think the biggest thing is not to work backwards. You have to move forward. So get ready for the next challenge. Whatever that next challenge is, be ready for it.
How have these guys been able to be unpredictable in the playoffs, setting defensively, switching coverages and things like that? What's the key to that?
Just, and these are things that you're working on all year long, so there's, you go into a season and you already have determined who your switching partners are. Okay, so these are the guys we're going to automatically switch with, dribble handoffs and pick and rolls. Then you add to it as the season goes along. And then there's some guys that, you're going to blitz with, and some guys you're going to go under on. So there's going to be different things, and I think you have to be adept at all those things.
This might be the most anticipated home game here since the finals in the late 90s. What are you anticipating from the crowd, and can it be a challenge to channel that productively?
Yeah, and again, it's the same. It's, we certainly appreciate our fans and, being home and all that. But the playoffs, each game is different, and you have to earn your wins. And so don't get lost in the emotion of the game. concentrate on what it's gonna take to win the game, and just focus on the game.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.